Hello and welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Backgammon Club study session for April 22nd, 2026. If you are interested in our study sessions or our weekly tournaments, send us an email to midatlanticbg@gmail.com. Okay, this is the start of a new game. We're picking up from last week. We're still fairly early in the match. The team with the red checkers is 9 away, and the team with the white checkers is 8 away. I'll be playing with the white checkers. Um, we have quite a few people here. Anybody interested in joining me to play on the with the white checkers on my team? No one?
I will if you need somebody, Jason.
Yeah, okay, Joe. I'll take Joe. We'll take one more. Anyone? If you've never done it before, you should join us. Okay, maybe it's just me and Joe. All right. We're
If you
gonna
want someone else, I'll join you. I don't know how. I'm not great at the equity plays yet.
Don't worry about that. We're just here to have fun. Okay, so we'll take Jeff as well. So me and Joe and Jeff, the three J's. Okay, so we're all playing the white checkers, and the rest of you will play the red checkers. And the 5-3 is pretty easy to play. So let's just go ahead and do that. And oh, and I like to bear off on the left. Okay, red checkers to play 6-1. So this is everybody except for me and Joe and Jeff. You can put any play that you're interested in voting for in the any play that you have to suggest, put it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself and give us a play.
So it's a quiet group today, but
It
I'll
is, yeah.
do suggest as one option 13, 9, 24, 23.
I would agree with that.
Okay, and I got another one from Jacob in the chat, which is to split and slot. Okay, you can cast a vote now on Slido if you like. If you want to vote, go to slido.com. You can put in the code 1296. Okay, we got a few votes coming in. Good. Okay, looks like 24-23 and 13-9 has won. This is Karen's suggestion. Okay, I think that one's pretty good. Yeah, XG likes that one. Okay, now it'll be me and Joe and Jeff and oh, we got a fun roll to play. Double threes.
I like doing 13-7 twice, but I don't know that that's the equity move.
Okay, that's looks like a nice play. Let's look at a couple of others. You could do that's another play. Make the 5 point. And and Joe,
That's the one I like.
you like this one.
Yep,
Okay. And Jeff, what do you think about this play?
seems balanced.
It's a good play. The only thing I like about the other one is having 3 points in a row.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'll tell you the one thing I like about this is putting some pressure on a blot here on the 16 point. This is a good builder, and we're trying to pressure them. And then this is, of course, it's making the 5 point. So we're making two pretty good points. We're making the 5 point. We're making a defensive 21 point. This play also, it has the advantage of unstacking the midpoint. But I think I'm with Joe. I think I like this one. I think maybe this is the play we should do. You guys okay with this?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Okay, let's roll with that. Let's see. Well, where's 13-7? Oh wow. That's much farther back than I would have thought. So the strength of, okay, so the top two plays both involve coming up and making the defensive anchor. Okay, interesting. Okay, now time for red to play. All right, 2-1.
Make the 7.
Okay,
The only option.
make the 7.
I agree.
Is that the only option?
No,
No?
23, 21, 9, 8, maybe, but I don't like it as much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and vote then. Here's the play that makes the 7 point.
Yeah.
All right, looks like the votes are all in for that. Yep, okay, let's do that. Seems like a good play. Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Double twos for the white team. Ooh. Many good choices. I mean, I feel for sure like I want to start by making the 4 point.
Agreed.
Yep.
But then what's the last two? So I think there's a couple of choices. One is, just a very quiet looking play like that. Or going to take advantage of our inner board strength and hit a checker. This is a possibility.
If we had more builders in the area, I'd agree, but I think unstacking the midpoint's probably better.
Okay. Jeff, what do you like?
I think that long term, this is the stronger play.
Okay.
You're holding you're making it tougher on those two red pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely putting some pressure on. We could get close to a cube here if nothing, if red can't do anything good here. So I think I like this. You guys okay with this play?
Yes,
Joe
sir.
and
Yeah.
Jeff? Okay, let's
Can I
try
ask
it.
a question before you check it?
Yeah, go ahead.
You didn't consider just bringing 1 down instead of making 14 and stripping things a little bit. Is there any merit to that, to 13-9?
To coming down to the 9 point with a single
Yeah.
checker?
Yeah.
Sure.
But
You know,
with this split
random
Backgammon,
outfield points are good things to have. It does sometimes it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it, okay, make the 11 point. Why do you want the 11 point? Sometimes it's not obvious at the time, but later on you say, you know what? I'm kind of glad I have that point. Look at the size of the difference. I mean, for one thing, you don't really want to get hit. We're protecting a race lead here, so that could be part of it too. We just don't want to get hit.
It still came out ahead of the other things you were considering. So,
Yeah. Okay, time for the red team to go. All right, 3 and 2.
safe play.
13-8.
13-8. The others. Okay, you can vote if you like. All right, looks like the votes are for 13-8. Not much support for anything else. That's probably the right play. Okay. I think we ought to consider a cube. This is the white team now. And I'm not going to look at I'm not going to look at this play. In fact, I'm going to hide everything so that we're not tainted by anything that XG might say. And this is for again, for those of you who just popped in, the white checkers are being played by me and Joe and Jeff, and we're teaming up. And I think we ought to consider a cube. We got a race lead. We have the best 4-point board. We have some threats. You know, anything where we can make the bar point or even the 8-point would be is a threat. There's threats of just popping out with some big doubles like double fives, double six, and running away. Double fours would be great. 6-4, 5-3, double threes, and we have a race lead. So
Well, I think for sure it's a double. I'm just not. You, it's not anywhere near too good, is it, Jason?
no, I don't think this is too good because we just don't have enough threats here, you know.
Well, just his backmen are so abandoned almost.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So Joe, you're in favor of doubling?
Absolutely.
Okay, and Jeff?
Agreed.
Okay, well, 3 out of 3 sounds like a cube to me, so let's double and make it their problem. So now the rest of the group will vote. You can talk about it if you like before you cast a vote. I see in the chat a couple of votes to drop. Ooh, but there's a bunch of votes to take. Anybody argue one way or the other?
What's the reasoning behind taking?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, I don't see it at all. Like our home board is so much weaker. We're behind in the race. First game, you take the first point. I'm good with dropping this. I mean, like,
There's 3 votes to take, but nobody's argued for the take yet.
I don't have a strong feeling other than it's early and it's things could change. I will admit I voted take when I heard that pass was coming in early with the early lead, and I wanted to be contrarian.
Okay, the vote is still close. There's 5 votes, 3 to take, 2 to pass. Is everybody
yeah,
cast?
sorry, Slido doesn't work on my side.
Okay, all right. Well,
localization, but it's a massive
okay, so
pass.
Jules wants to pass, so let's take that into consideration. So this is really tied. There's really okay, we need one more vote. Anybody who has not cast a vote, let's break this tie. Has anybody not voted that wants to break this tie?
Everybody's half asleep today.
Maybe. Okay, the votes have kind of changed now. Now it's switched to take. All right, I think the vote is for take. I think I would take this. I think there's
Would you? Can you tell us why? What's your reasoning?
I think as red, I'm not really under attack. I don't have any checkers out of play. I have at least the makings of a small prime. I don't think I'm going to lose a ton of gammons. I just feel like I have enough game here that that I can take. Also, you know, as the red team, notice that you know people are saying first game, but I want to remind you it's not the first game of the match. Um, The white team is slightly ahead in the match by 1 point. So white is 8 away and red is 9 away. That kind of that's not the reason I think I'm taking on the merits of the position. Um, but to me, there's no checkers out of play, and my structure looks good, and
Just
wouldn't take
seems
much for me to
just
get back into
seems
this game.
just seems too uphill for me.
I
Yeah,
mean,
from
maybe,
but
no, listen, I have been accused of being way too optimistic in the past, so this could be one of those cases. All right, well, the vote is to take. Let's do the take, and now let's look to see the results. Okay, see, I'm way too optimistic here. This is a big pass.
Yeah.
Jules, Jules is claiming his smug equity.
Sorry, I just couldn't see it, man.
Yeah, it's fine.
But
It's
yeah,
fine.
you had good points in your explanation on your side. You gave me a slight doubt on this.
But this happens to me a lot where I'm too optimistic. I'm afraid of dropping takeable cubes. Okay, 4-2 for the red team. So now this is back to me and Joe and Jeff. We got a 4-2 to play. I
not an
see.
easy one.
Yeah, I'm thinking about two candidates, maybe making the 9 point or coming into the 5.
I like making the 9.
I kind of like making the 9 too.
That was
Jeff?
my first thought. That was my first thought.
Okay, good. Then let's do it. You know, the points we really want to make are like the 7 and the 8. This gives us more opportunities to do that. So, all right, let's make that play. Okay, good. See, I only make big mistakes when I'm talking about the other team's plays. It's good. Okay, 5-1.
Okay, make that 23 whatsoever.
Yeah, 13-8, 24-23.
All righty. Put a couple of plays involving 24-23 in there.
Or you could go 13-7.
Now keep your timing with the 13 and slot the 3.
Okay, I've got that in there too.
8-3, you think? Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
looking at 8-3.
I'm assuming we don't want to bury a checker, right? We don't want to go 6-5 or 6-1. I mean, I know this sounds silly, but is there any thoughts to doing 6-5 with the thought that if we get hit, the more checkers back, the better? I mean, because we could.
This is not the type of position where you're looking for timing. You're not playing a back game.
Okay.
Yeah. So you would do something like that if you were playing a back game, but that's
We could be.
well, all right. So there is a story in one of Danny Kleinman's books, and they talked about a player who who was playing in all the local chouettes and was not a very strong player and was losing a lot. And then one day, somebody paid a compliment to this player to say, well, this guy, he has a hard time sometime in these chouettes, but he's really good at playing back games. And everybody jumped on board to try to pay this guy a compliment. Yeah, yeah. He's really good at playing back games. So this guy took this to heart and started steering all of his games into back games.
Oh no.
Oh no is right. So now his formerly modest losses became enormous losses. When you start steering into back games, that's trouble. Okay, let's vote. Danny Kleinman calls playing a back game like having a good goal line defense in football. Yes, it's important, but you don't want to try to profit by having a good goal line defense. Okay, the votes are out for 24-23, 8-3. Okay. XG likes 13-8 just a little bit better. Okay, 4-2 to play. And
I like making the bar.
I like making the bar point too. That looks
5-point
nice.
prime's hard to beat.
I love a good 5 prime. Jeff,
Yep, absolutely.
terrific. Let's do it. Oh, not close. Great. The other, if you had pressed me on a second play, I was going to say this, bringing 2 down, but this is much too good. Okay. All right, 5 and 3.
13-8, 6-3.
13-8, 6-3. Let's see.
I like that move.
Okay, got that in there. Any others that we should?
No, the only alternative would be to bring a checker from the 6, but we're burying one. It's not great.
Yeah. Okay, the votes are coming in. And looks like everybody likes 13-8, 6-3. Okay, let's do it. Looks like a pretty good play. All right, 3-1 for, oh, let's go back and look. Yeah, not really close. Okay, 3-1 for white. This is back to me and Joe and Jeff. I'm thinking about this.
Yeah.
Jeff, you sound reluctant.
I'm not in love with either option.
Me neither.
Sometimes you just got to pick the best of the worst.
Yeah. And all right, well, do we feel like this is the best of the worst?
I think you're just making a really big gap to get home, whereas making the 9-point makes another safe haven there.
I'd be concerned about the fact
Kind
that,
of leaves the 21s hanging though.
yeah, I'm concerned about that. I'm also concerned about just getting hit, all ones and 6-5.
Yeah, I don't see the need. I'd play the 9 in.
Okay. Jeff, are you
That's perfectly fine.
okay?
I would if they still had the red checkers split, I'd be even more likely to do this one.
Yeah, sure. Right. Yeah, I think Joe described it right. This is like nothing is particularly exciting. So it's not, I wouldn't even call this the best play. I might call this the least objectionable play, I guess. Okay, we'll do this. And XG agrees that it is the least objectionable play. Okay, back to red. All right, double 5s. This is a good news, bad news roll.
What's the good news?
It moves a lot of freight.
Yeah, way too fast. I would say
23-13 twice, real quickly.
Yep.
I think I'd go 6-1 twice, 7-2 twice, and get a board. I mean, we've got an anchor. If we get hit later, I mean, the only chance we have is to try to obviously hit him at some point.
Yeah, I like that one.
And I think if we go too fast, we're just gonna end up crunching our board.
Yep.
Yeah, if we do 13-8, we're giving up any contact that we need in the middle of the board. So yeah, you're right. Might as well make our board and hope we get some contact quickly.
Exactly. That's
By
my
the way, I'm learning why this was the original cube was probably a pass. Everything is, not working out great for red. And it's not like white has been super lucky along the way. Okay, let's vote.
I wasn't here for that part of the game, so
So yeah, you're blameless, right, Adam?
I am blameless. Exactly. I'm just playing the dice. I'm just playing the dice I've been given.
Okay, this is what it would look like to make the deuce and the ace. And
Yeah.
so far, all the votes are for this play, so I think this is it. Wow, pretty close.
Whoa.
What they say.
Take down the 13. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised too, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the play that got voted for.
I mean, we're talking about 0.0008.
Yes, I don't concern myself over differences smaller than, single digit millipoints. I don't worry about it.
Right.
They're basically the same, just
They're
different
basically the
style,
same,
I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
Okay. All right, double sixes, and I think we're out of here with these guys. And what's the next two?
Keep them going.
All the way to the 9.
Agreed.
Okay, yep, I agree too. I'm glad to see we're all on the same page. Yeah, okay, good. Backgammon's easy sometimes. All right, 6-2.
Boy, I mean, what's the score of the game?
It's
9 away, 8 away. Okay. I mean, what?
We've just lost our chance at any useful contact of you getting a bad roll and causing contact. So we might as well play 13, 11, 13, 7 and not crunch things.
Right. What about 13 to 5?
No, get them both out of there.
Get them both out? Okay. All right.
What
Right.
about 23 to 17?
Or
No, we
23
want to
or
stay back
23
as long as we can now, eh? We're too far back.
If I did 23 to 17, I'd do 23 to 15.
Yeah.
But I think we're just going to get pounced
Clobbered.
on.
Yeah, gammon if we do that.
Yeah.
Most of those points are stripped. So there's risk in hitting.
He hit the one in the outfield. And then point on us.
Yeah, or we could get hit twice. Double threes would be horrible.
all right. The votes are for 13, 11, 13, 7. Everybody liked this one, so
Yep.
that's gonna be the play. Let's take a peek. Yeah. Okay, good play.
Where's 23 to 15 on this? Hey, I don't even see it.
Yeah, down here. I think it just gets gammoned too much. You step out there, the white's checkers will hit with pretty much everything.
Right.
Okay, 3-1 for white.
I think just 13-9. Leave them the 6-5. That's it.
We have to leave them something. I guess if you wanted to leave absolutely nothing, you could do this, but then you're giving up some of your priming.
And if they get another point, it just makes it worse later.
Yeah. All right.
I agree with this. I'm just saying the only other thing I could think of is moving the 5 to the 1 as
Okay.
a safe play.
Right. That is safe. So this is paying off to 6-5 for sure. But it's only paying off to 6-5, and
Right.
we're gonna have to clear this point at some time, and maybe now.
And if they hit us with a 6-5, they do have the 5 and the 4 open.
Yeah.
For re-entry.
Right.
Now, but maybe not in the future.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're going with this. Let's see. Okay, I think we did okay. 5-1, pretty close. And oh, look, here's another play. 9-6-5-4 that was tied. A lot of plays that are pretty close. Okay, for the red team, those dice do not say 6-5. Sorry.
8-5, 8-7.
8, 5, 8, 7. Okay, any other ways to play it? Okay, 11-7, I see.
Would do 8-5, 11-10 if we wanted to keep the 6, but we don't want the 6 for the back probably, so I'm not sure there's any advantage.
Okay, there were a couple of
So
suggestions for 11-7, so I've got that in there.
So Jason, can we look at this a little bit?
Okay, what do you want to look at?
Well, I want to slot the 8-5, and then let's see what the best one is. I mean, is there any thoughts here of going, I mean, just to save pips, but 6-5?
I was just thinking that's the computer move
Yeah,
that we
right.
should think about.
What, I'm sorry, I missed that, Rick. Why is that a computer?
Well, breaking the 6 voluntarily strikes me as the computer move.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it can be
Humans
right, but
don't think
it's
that way.
yeah, humans don't think that way.
But that's why Adam suggested it, so.
Right. And then there's the old adage from Kit Woolsey that a fool and his 6-point are soon parted.
Well,
Like
if we
that.
get a 6, right, are we gonna try to run with the 6, or we're just gonna sit back with, so if we're gonna sit back with the 6, then keeping it on, then 8-5 and either 8-7 or 7-6 saves a good 6 there. So 11 to
Right.
in the next roll.
Yeah, so I think this is an excellent point that if you're not going to run out with a 6, then you would like your 6s to be useful, in which case keeping it on the 11 point is probably a good idea.
So is there, again, counting pips and thinking that I don't think we're in a gammon position here unless we have to run out and we get hit. But if is 7-6 a good idea rather than 8-7?
Okay, let me put that in there. 8, 5, 7-6. So you're just looking for some crossovers right now.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
One fewer builder if we do that. Actually, it's not.
It's not because it gives us a 1.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
So I kind of like that. All right.
Well, it will give you one fewer builder to make the 5-point as opposed to this play, which will give you 2s, 3s, and 6s to cover.
Right, but the other one would give us 1 3s and 6s to cover.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. That's true. So okay, so it's not an additional. Okay, last chance to vote. Right now, most of the votes are for, okay. Oh, wait, okay, the voting is all over the place. It just switched dramatically. It is now 8-5, 7-6 is way on top. Okay. All right, let's go with that play. It looks like a pretty good play. And I'm sure the differences are very small. Okay, so let's do it and take a look. Yeah, see all these differences, very small.
I've got to step away for a second.
All right, 5-1.
Make the 8-point.
Looks pretty good to me. It's very hard to jump a 7 prime. You have to roll 8s or higher, which, some people are capable of doing, but I'm not. Now
Isn't it safer not to make that point at all?
Okay, maybe. So, Joe, you're
Just all
thinking,
the way to the bar, yeah.
okay.
Just
So the
one less
question is,
point.
do we want to block 6s? Okay, if you're like not really interested in blocking 6s, then Joe's probably right. This may be a little bit safer. So Joe, is this the play you'd like to make?
Well, that's what I initially thought, and then Jeff said to make it, and I have trouble making extra primes because then you got to break them.
Yeah, right. These points that you make, you're going to have to break them at some
And
point.
I always seem to get a 6-1 or something that makes it out on the end. But I see I mean, it looked nice to make it.
All right, so Joe's waffling on this. Sounds like he's leaning towards uh Joe's leaning towards not making the prime. And Jeff, where are you? Do you still want to make the prime?
That's where I'm leaning.
Okay, I
I,
think
I,
I'm
I don't
leaning
see
that
a
way too.
I don't see a problem getting the 2 on the 9 in with the 8 made there in the middle.
The one thing we can say is that from this position, we don't leave any shots, and no immediate shots.
Next
We can
roll.
play
Right.
next roll. Now we may have some trouble down the line, but at least we're completely safe now. And it's going to be an important objective here to try to get them to crunch their board. So, all right, I'm going to go along with Jeff. Let's make the full prime. It's hard to pass up a full prime.
It's not big for me.
Oh, bigger difference than I thought. So the full prime does win the day. Okay. 4-3 for red.
Make him slot.
Okay, so I'm sure everybody's going to play 8-5. That's not really the part of the play that would be in question. It's how to play the 4. Do you want to play 11-7 or do you want to play 8-4? Okay, let's go ahead and vote. All right, most of the votes are for 8-5, 8-4. I would play 8-5, 8-4 because someday in the future, I'm going to want to bring all my checkers in to kill sixes, to slow down. And this helps that process. And it puts a checker where you want it to be. You want to make the 4-point eventually. So this is where the voting has gone. I'm sure, like in some of these other places, I think there's going to be a small difference between these plays. 8-5, 8-4 is slightly better. Okay, 8-4-3.
You break from the rear, don't you?
Yep.
Okay, probably. Now,
Yep.
I want to throw one play out here that really should be considered. I don't think it's right, but it's this, clearing the 7-point. Okay, let me talk about why I'm advocating for this play. I'm actually I don't want to say that this is the play I want to make, but when you are bearing off against a 23-point anchor, the 7-point is the hardest one to clear and is the one that's going to cause the problems. So I'm suggesting this as a way of getting rid of that problem. Now, all that being said, I still come back to I think this is a good play.
Just to throw one more idea out there.
Yeah,
They can't roll 7s.
not yet.
So if you
Not with the
wanted to,
technology we have.
yeah, you could move 1 off the 9 and do a different.
Ooh, let's see. I see. You're talking maybe like this.
Yeah, just as an example, yes.
Aha.
I think that throws the timing off, but I just wanted to
Yeah.
see what it looks like.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely worth looking at. I guess I come back to this being okay. Now, I will point out that if we roll 6-5, we leave a shot. That's one of the, by the way, that's one of the features of this. If we roll 6-5, we don't leave a shot. In fact, I don't think we leave a shot on we don't leave a direct shot on anything after this point. It's all part of the 7-point being hard to clear when your opponent holds the 23-point anchor. Don't be shocked if this one comes out on top on the XG.
I vote for that. I like the way that looks.
Oh, Joe. Oh, I've come around to convincing Joe that maybe this is the play. Yeah, I don't know. All right, Jeff, what do you like?
I could go either way. I thought I unmuted. Maybe I muted myself.
Oh.
Why don't we? The two of you want to clear the 7-point. Let's go ahead and see how that goes.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure, but I think Joe's much more convinced. So I'm going to defer to Joe being more convinced than I am. So, all right, let's give it a shot. And, oh, wow. Jeff, here's your play.
Wow, I can't believe I actually guessed the
You
equity
found it.
move.
Very, very nice. Okay, back to the red team. 5 and 2.
Not running, so 11-4.
Okay, not running, so this plays itself, right? All right, let's not even vote on this one. I think it's pretty clear.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, 6-5. Oh, wow. We made the play that did not leave the shot on the 6-5, so
That's why how you convinced me is saying it could play a 6-5.
yeah. All right. Okay, 3-2 for red team.
Plays itself.
Move 2 from the 6.
2
Too
from the
much choice
6?
there.
Or
What else is there?
well, Jules, do you mean this or do you mean this?
6-1.
Yes, I meant 6-1. Sorry.
Okay, 6-1. Okay, everybody likes 6-1. Keep the board.
Yes.
Look at the. So does white have any rolls that will leave a shot?
2 of them. Well, 4 of them.
6-5.
And
6-5
6-5 and
leaves a shot.
6-1.
And 6-1, yeah. And 5-1 is no picnic.
Creates a new gap.
Okay. But this takes care of the problem, so we'll bring them in, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, 4 and 3. There goes the full board.
Yeah, 6-3, 6-4. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
6-3,
Yep.
6-2, sorry.
Anybody have
46.
another play that they want to try? There's 6-3, 6-2. I guess you could break from the 5-point. Here, let's vote on this one. Okay, the Slido's open for a vote.
I'm curious what the advantage of breaking the 5 instead of the 6 is.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, can you enlighten us about it?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't make that play, but
It saves fives, maybe?
yeah, that's the only reason. Is if you do this and you roll a 5, or sorry, if you do this and you roll a 5, you're forced to come off the anchor.
If you clear the 5, that's not true. Yeah.
If you clear the 5, you at least have some options.
But if you roll double 6s, you still have to do it. It's just trading 6s for 5s.
Well, I wasn't talking about the doubles. I'm just talking about like any 6 or
No,
any
with
5.
if you clear from the 5, I'm not recommending we do it, but if you clear from the 5, if you get a 6-1 or a 5-1, you don't have to run.
Yeah, you don't have to run if you don't want to. That being said, I still think this feels better. Okay, we're gonna it's a 15 to the hour, so we'll make a couple more plays and then we'll quit. And the voting is to clear the 6 points, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, let's take a peek. Yep. So it's a small difference. It's also a small difference because you don't have much win chances. Okay. Shall we take a couple of checkers off?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Could-
So
Is there any reason to break the 6-point?
yes.
Oh, I like clearing points if you can.
Okay, and the reason is that you don't leave a shot on a 6-4. So this is completely safe.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm just answering your question as
Right.
stated, Jeff, which is there a reason? Yes, the reason would be to try to leave a 0 position.
And
This is
does
not a 0 position.
taking off 2 make it more likely to gammon?
I believe it does make it more likely to win a gammon.
So there's that to consider.
Right. So there's a balancing act here, which is
Yeah.
by taking the two checkers off, you're going to win more gammons, but you're going to lose a few more games because you might roll a 6-4 and leave yourself open to a shot.
Or double sixes, double fives.
Oh, right. So it's not just 6-4. It's also, yes, good point. Double sixes and double fives, which at least those will remove a lot of checkers. So it's not completely terrible. Okay, well, we better pick something. What do we want?
I'd clear the 6.
Okay, you want to clear the 6, Jeff?
Yep, I agree.
Okay, we'll clear the 6 then.
Now, if they roll double fours, they have to leave.
Uh-huh, yeah. I'm gonna say I probably would have ripped 2 off, but I don't know. Okay, let's take a peek. And okay, ripping 2 off was right by a small amount. Okay, let's look at the gammon difference. 3.3% more gammons at the cost of not very many losses. So the ripping is right for the gammons.
Yeah, 2 off would be worth it then. We should
Right.
have.
All right, now the red team is forced off the anchor, so you probably just keep it going, yes? Okay. Let's just go ahead and make that play. All right. The 5 comes off and the 1.
Yep.
Might as well.
Yeah, I think I want to take another one. Jeff, you okay with that?
Yep.
Okay, let's do it. Yep, definitely right. Okay, 3-1. I guess just keep it coming around. All right, let's see if we can finish this game and then we'll call it a day. Everybody okay with this? Just bring it around the corner.
Yeah, keep running.
Yes.
Okay. 6 and 4.
There's
Okay, now what?
Well, we stay back at all time as long as we can. So
12-2.
6-6, 6-2,
12-2. And the other play is
12-6, 6-2.
6-2.
12 to
Yeah.
2.
We have
12-2.
the possibility of shots on this roll, so we might as well stay for one more roll.
Okay.
12 to 2.
12-2, yes.
Okay, so the Slido is open for the vote. I put another play in, which is to jump out and just flee. But it sounds like you all want to hang around the crime scene for one more
Yeah, we never flee.
dead body.
We'll stay
Okay.
till the end.
All the votes are for 12 to 2, so let's do it. I think that's right. Your chances of losing a gammon are pretty small, but if we roll 6-3, 5-3, you're going to get a shot, so it might be worth it. And yes, that's right. Okay, 5-4. We'll just do that. Okay, now you're forced to leave.
Yep.
Okay, that should just about do it.
Well played, everyone.
Yeah, I think this was a pretty well played game.
Not too many very hard situations, though.
Okay, so you're not dead yet. You're down to 8 checkers. Okay, so you should probably think about this play. You're down to 7 checkers. I think this is worth a vote here.
What's the vote?
Well, you tell me. I mean,
Well, we're
All right,
bearing 3 off, and if we had that extra checker that's on the 3, if it was on the 4, it would make a big difference. As it is, I don't think it can make a big difference because we're going to need double 5s or 6s anyway. In
Yeah,
which
yeah.
case, what? Oh, you want to do 4-3 in case we get double 3s?
okay, so let me tell you where I think is happening here. After you rip 3 checkers off, you're down to 7 checkers, right? So you're just going to operate on the assumption that white's going to roll really bad and you're going to get 2 cracks at this. You need to get all your checkers off in the next 2 rolls. When you're down to 7 checkers, that means you must get 3 checkers off next time. what's the play that's going to get you 3 checkers off the most?
5-4.
Yeah, 5-4, I think. Now, I know we're dealing with very small equities here. But I once lost in the finals of a tournament because my opponent was very smart in setting himself up for the sequence of rolls that he needed to get. And he made the right play, followed the good backgammon technique, and he won because of that.
Why, Jason, why
Yes.
would 5-4 be the better set?
Because now, if you roll either double threes or double fours, you'll be down to 4 checkers, at which point you're an immediate threat to win the game the next time. So this
Okay.
requires a specific 2-roll sequence to work. But you got to set yourself up for that. Now, it's a very small probability because you also got to hope that white stumbles a little bit. Okay, let's vote. And then this will be the last vote for the day. And very convenient, we'll have finished a game. The chances that this is going to work out is incredibly slim, but if it does, you've got a great story to tell. And for me, finding the right play in situations like this is not about maximizing my game and match equity. It's about maximizing my good story equity. I want to be able to create a situation where I have a story that I can tell in the future. Okay, so the votes are to take the 3 off and then 5-4. Okay.
Lost the board.
Yes, I lost the co-hosting.
That's my fault. I gave you the privileges back. When I got booted out, it took it back by mistake.
Okay, here, I can get it back. Okay. Anyway, so look, the equities are so small as to hardly matter. But this is the time. So 5-4 does come out on top. If I extend by 1 decimal point, then you can see the differences. Okay, but it didn't matter because you needed to have
We
white
needed to
stumble.
get a 1 or a 2, right?
Right. Okay. All right, we're all done. All right, good job, everyone. In this game, here, let me.
Hey, Jason,
Yes.
I had a quick question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
The label takes up quite a lot of the screen,
You
and
mean the thing that says MABC study session?
yeah, and my resolution is not good enough to be able to see the analysis because the board's kind of truncated.
All right,
Um,
I'll see if I can rejigger things next week, make the board bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, this is the PRs for the game. Really very good. 5.7 for the team. That was even after I talked you into taking. Here, you can even play with it. What if you didn't take, or just take that out of there? That's the PR without the cube. That's really,
Wow.
yeah,
Damn.
pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, I think this is a good place to stop.
Jason, what do you mean you talked them into taking the double?
Before at the time of the cube, I was saying that I think I would take. I didn't really talk anybody into anything. I said it afterwards.
Oh,
Oh, Leah wants to know, like, Leah, you saying like to see your PR without it?
Yeah, how did you do that?
Okay, if you right click on it, now you can't see it after I right click, but if I right click on a move, there's an option to clear analyze.
lay down, Martha.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Great. Thank you.
Sure. And then, I would caution against that because it's so easy to say, well, what if I didn't do this? How is my PR? You can talk yourself into thinking that you're a real genius. I do that all the time, but just be careful about that kind of thing. Okay,
thanks.
I think that's all. I'm going to mute everyone and then sign off. All right, thank you for joining the Mid-Atlantic Backgammon Club study session for April 22nd, 2026. If you're interested in our study sessions or our weekly tournaments, send us an email to midatlanticbg@gmail.com.